Michael was going to get what he wanted. And if you said no, he would find somebody who would do it for him. There's a lot of folks who are to blame that have never had a reckoning for his death.
From the celebrity news website that broke the story of Michael Jackson's death, TMZ investigates who really killed the superstar in a primetime special on Fox 4 tonight. TMZ's Charles Latibeaudiere is live in Los Angeles with this. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning, Hannah.
Well, we appreciate your insight. Your special tonight explores the King of Pop's, not just his death, but also his final months. Fellow executive producer Harvey Levin has said that the special covers some of the aspects surrounding his death that never quite sat right. What are those things?
Yeah, you know, Hannah, there were a lot of things about, and special, like you said, is on tonight at 7 p.m. Who really killed Michael Jackson? The easy answer to that question, I think, when people see that title is, oh, it's Conrad Murray. Obviously, he was tried and convicted and ended up serving about 2 years in prison. That's part of it. Obviously, Conrad Murray, nobody is saying that Conrad Murray gets a pass here, but there were a lot of other people involved. And, you know, from the days right after Michael Jackson's death, we went back and we were looking at a lot of footage that we had shot of him in the month, 2 months leading up to his death that really did not sit well with us. And I think this is what Harvey is referring to. You know, we saw these images of him walking out of lots of different doctors' offices in Beverly Hills, but he always seemed to be almost like a zombie. He just seemed so out of it. And in this special tonight, obviously you just heard from one of the lead investigators who investigated Conrad Murray, but we also spoke to people on Michael Jackson's security team who told us they saw this same behavior and they knew what it was. And we get into that. I mean, the long and the short of it is that Michael Jackson, propofol is just one thing, you know, that's the one that Conrad Murray gave him that night, and that's what ended up killing him then. But there were a lot of other drugs, a lot of opioids that Michael Jackson was getting and using more than a dozen aliases to get these from different doctors, some of them who were very actively enabling him.
Yeah, and you're kind of getting it at it there from what I've read just about the special and the description of it. I know it may suggest something that would be upsetting for some people to hear, that the singer may not be an innocent party in all of this.
No, look, he definitely is not. And Michael was, by all accounts, very much addicted to certain opioids. And obviously we've heard how much he wanted the propofol, but the opioids part of it is really interesting now. I think, obviously it's been 13 years, but we've also in that 13 years seen what our entire nation is going through with the opioid crisis. So it's interesting to see what the different, and to hear from people who knew him, the lengths that he went to get these medications from several different doctors. And there are people who will be naming names tonight in this special, because I think there are a lot of people who feel, what I heard from a lot of the people who spoke to was almost like a clearing of their conscience, that they've lived with, and some people get very emotional, who've lived with the knowledge of what Michael was going through. And, you know, right or wrong, this is for each person to decide, but I think some of them feel like, you know, they have that remorse afterward. If there's could I have done something differently? But, you know, we've seen this, unfortunately, with a lot of different celebrities who end up falling to addiction, that, you know, people around them may feel badly like they could have done something, but the reality is once they're in the grip of that addiction, it is very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a celebrity story that we've heard time and time again. TMZ investigates who really killed Michael Jackson tonight at 7. You can also see TMZ weeknights at 11:30 p.m. and weekdays at 3 p.m. right here on Fox 4. Charles, thank you so much for your time and looking forward to that special.
Thank you, Hannah.